Johnny, aka Johnny Drinks. I mean, you must have seen him on TikTok and Instagram because he's all over the place.
Yes.
Well, think about it, John. You got over 2 million followers, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's a quarter of the
2.2.
state who knows you.
Yeah.
You just think of the
You know-
state of New Jersey.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, you know how I would like to kind of summarize it and put it in perspective? I said to my son, I said, we have more subscribers and followers than cable.
Yeah.
And I said,
Yep.
and
You
that's
kidding?
not a
Oh,
lot.
that's-
Cable has like 700,000 subscribers.
It's
in
declining.
It's nothing. We have more people that watch our platforms than Good Morning America and the Today Show and all the other more popular places that we grew up for entertainment and for, bits of information, whether it's news or just lifestyle stuff. So, yeah, our total platforms are probably, I don't know, approaching close to 8 million between Pinterest and YouTube is coming up on 1 million. We have
It's crazy.
Yeah,
I was just
over
talking
2 million.
TikTok. Yeah, that's
TikTok's
crazy.
over 2 million, and TikTok's just, it's great. It gave us the springboard to these other things, but TikTok is, TikTok. I mean, it runs the whole scope of, you see it.
Yeah.
Everyone's either in the gym working out and showing everybody their bodies,
Yep.
or they're not dressed and they're dancing or
Yeah.
doing crazy stuff. So I don't know that that's, to me, to make the transition from that platform to the other relevant spaces of more credible places, only by way of, like, YouTube's been around so long, right? That everybody defaults there. You get a good following on YouTube and they're paying you, right? TikTok's not paying you. So
You think that'll change?
I think it's gotta change. I think it's gotta change, yeah.
There was a makeup artist. Her name's Michaela. I don't even know. She's on TikTok, and it's funny to me because she got invited to something with Rihanna, and it's completely flipped. Like the famous people now want to hang out with the TikTok.
Yeah.
Is that the word?
YouTubers,
TikTokers,
TikTokers,
YouTubers.
content
Yeah,
creators.
can you imagine? Where it was always the other way around. People
Yep.
wanted to hang with the stars,
100%.
and now
Well-
the stars want to hang with the people
Well,
on
Dana
TikTok.
White invited us to UFC.
how-
He
How did that
invited
happen?
us. My son got a DM. He thought it was from, just another person. In this case, everyone has a social media manager or somebody on their platforms, and he thought it was one of them. Turns out it was Dana White
That's crazy.
saying, "Hey, we got to get together, we got to collaborate, do whatever he said." And so,
He's my idol, Dana White.
yeah, he's a great guy.
What he's done to the
He's a
UFC
great
is
guy.
incredible.
There's a lot of people that always criticize and throw stones, and I never, whatever, I don't pass judgment. You don't like somebody, I'm not gonna tell you to like them, but I'll say you gotta give the benefit of the doubt. You gotta, before you judge somebody, you should really kind of spend some time with them, right? You should
Exactly.
really get a sense of who that person is before you just, shit all over them.
I agree.
So, he was a really great host for us. They brought us out there. We obviously made the drinks. And one of the best things that we did, and I'll tell you a real quick story. So
Sure.
Yeah,
just to
absolutely.
Kind of puts it in perspective. So when they call us out to go to the UFC, they're like, "Well, you're going to make drinks for Dana White." I'm like, "All right, well, what do I do? What do you guys need from me?" I said, "Because I'm not packing up all my liquor and all my stuff and putting and putting a bag. If I don't have to, I want to do carry on because we had a lot of other things that we were doing. We went to Napa, then we went to LA, and then we hit Vegas, and then we flew about a 10-day trek, all just related to content and business opportunities that my son had set up. Right, so they're like, "I'll take a picture of what he has," and literally took a picture of a shaker and a really standard set that's this big. A shaker, a jigger, a spoon, a strainer, blah, blah. I'm like, that's it? Like that's his bar setup? So I'm thinking when I get there, it's gonna be like a bar, like a little service bar in his office with that little set, okay? And then as we get there and we're talking to him about what the format's gonna be, and they said, "All right, well, you can set up at 12:30 and Dana will come in at 1, and then you'll just make him some drinks." And I'm like, "Well, what drinks do you want me to make?" He goes, "Oh, no, you do it."
Are we going vodka?
So
Are we
they're,
going bourbon
well,
whiskey?
we know we're using the
Hollerhead,
Hollerhead,
yeah.
which is his. We know that.
Oh, okay, he has a brand. I didn't know that.
That's how the whole thing started. We tasted the
6 months ago.
Hollerhead. He saw us taste it. But ironically, subset to that story, they sent us that bottle during the pandemic. I got it in, and I looked at it. I said, "John, what's this?" He goes, "I don't know. Put it on the shelf." So just put it on the shelf. We get stuff every day. And it's gotten to a point where it's a little overwhelming because I don't know what to do with it. He's not sure because people just like to send us stuff.
You need a P.O. box.
And they just come. But box and box and boxes come. One day I'm gonna take a picture of all the boxes I have.
You should post it.
Just in a couple days, because my garage is just, I have to literally.
You should do a video
get
about
it.
it,
I'm
the
gonna.
unboxing.
I'm gonna. The other day I packed my truck up to go to a recycling center. That's how many boxes there are. And it wasn't even, it was
You didn't even
a
dent
few
it.
days, yeah. So anyway, with that being said, I take a bottle of Hollowhead, put it away. 6 months later, we're doing celebrity tastings. We do a celebrity tasting. It does really well. John goes, we gotta do it again. He pulls out the Hollowhead. He remembered it was in the closet. We tasted it, and we both enjoyed it. And Dana saw it, invites us out. We go out, same kind of thing. You're gonna make drinks for him. You make up the drinks. And I'm like, okay, sure. Well, what's the guy like? I mean, what is he? Can you give me a little insight? Oh, he likes Hollowhead and Coke. I said, well, that's a real simple drink.
Right, that's
what's
not why I'm here,
What's
yeah.
to that? Are you gonna make? I'll pour a Hollowhead and Coke. So I came up with these drinks. I literally put thought into it, but I really didn't put too much thought into it because at the end of the day, I profess to be me first, which is not a professional. I'm not a mixologist.
Home
I'm
tender.
a home tender. It's
Yeah.
exactly what I am, and I will make the mistakes. Doesn't bother me. If I over pour, great. You get some, I get some. You don't like it, we throw it out. Who cares, right?
But I think that's part of the brilliance.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
the
it's
whole.
turned out to be.
Yeah, I do.
Who knew, right?
Yeah.
Who knew? So I'm like, all right, I'll try a couple things. We went live with our audience one time when we started making some drinks and say, hey, we're going to try this, try that. And the audience contributed and they said, oh, yeah, call it this, call it that. Yeah, do this. And we're like, all right, let's go. We're writing stuff down, having fun. When I get out there, we set up the whole thing and we go there and they're like, okay, here's his bar. Now, the bar is probably I don't even know how many square feet it is, but there's a movie theater and there's a horseshoe bar and it's this whole kitchenette area. It's not just like this small little thing like I envisioned. And I'm like, oh boy, this is big. It's a big horseshoe bar. I set myself up. We're all mic'd up, ready to go. Energy's through the roof high. Excited. Cameras like everyone's set up, mic'd up. Steve DeBoo's there.
DeBoo was there?
Oh yeah, oh boy, he's our security.
love him.
He's on the side. We're looking at you. He's like so excited. And Dana White walks in, and he sucks the air out of the room, like it went as high as it could go through the roof.
So you were like,
I
what?
was like, okay. Now,
So did you
in my
get
mind,
nervous?
because I'm a 56-year-old man, no one's gonna. I respect him. He's not gonna intimidate.
Love it.
It's just,
I love it.
It's
Yeah.
just not. It doesn't happen. I've been around enough people of quality to understand both types, right? Those who are really true blue people and those who are fake and phony. And money is just like a byproduct of both. You either have it or you don't, or you pretend you have it,
And you
you
don't.
want to get it, whatever. So when he walks in, he sucks the air out of the room. I go, oh, big man coming, like that. He walks in, he says nothing. I'm like, okay. Now in my mind, I'm already prepared because I don't know who I'm going to run into. The good, the bad, the indifferent. I don't know what the setup is. Small, big, so my mind, weeks up to this, was already ready for him not to be the most endearing guy. Walks in, I say that, sucks the air out of the room. John and I look at each other like, oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh boy. And then I see DeBoo's like this. Oh boy. Like, this is not good. And I'm like, not a problem. I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. Comes over, he goes, gets mic'd up. Now that he stands next to us and he's got his hands in his pocket and he's literally carrying the weight of some things on his head, which I just thought was, because he's got the fight coming up on Saturday, which is a
Yeah.
couple days away, that this was weighing heavy on him and this was just an inconvenience for him to have to do, but he said he wanted to do it, so he's got to do it, right? So he's standing there and they're like, all right, you come here and John here. And John, okay, go now, start, just make your drinks. I'm like, Dana finally says, hey, listen, guys. He goes, I'm sorry, but I got a lot of things going on. Cain Velasquez,
Yeah. Yep.
former fighter his,
Gets
that
arrested.
day, right, attempted murder. I don't know if he killed the guy.
Oh
or not.
my God,
because
really?
the guy went after his daughter.
Right. So tell the story.
Oh, that.
I don't know
that's
exactly.
No, you got it.
But was she
Oh, that's the
molested?
case?
Yeah,
No,
you got
yeah,
it.
she was
Daycare.
molested.
In
And
daycare?
Mhm.
How old?
4 years old,
Yeah.
something like that.
No.
so that's the
Young.
wrong guy to mess with.
Yeah.
Cain. So he goes after to kill him.
Yeah.
And this was California, right?
hmm
And California throws him in jail.
California.
So what happened was, I guess, what
But
Dana
the
had
molester they
explained,
would have
what
let
Dana
go.
Of course.
explained,
I
goes-
think he is let go too.
so he explains that he does what every parent said they would do if they were in that situation. Tracks the guy down, runs him with his car, and shoots up the car. And he says, "I'm sorry, I just got a lot of things going on in my head." And he's now okay. Good. Now I know the
Now-
guy's got.
now you need to
now
drink.
okay, good. I put my hand on his shoulder. I go-
Right.
I put my hand on his shoulder. I go, "Sounds like you need a drink." He goes, "Yeah, I probably could use one." I made one drink. I made 4. We went through them all. He tasted them all. That's what the video is. We compressed the video. That was authentic. Like if he didn't like, he was going to tell me if he didn't like it, and that was fine by me because I said to him, "I don't. This isn't the science, the mixologist. This is me trying." I took Coke and I took the bubbles out of it, right? Like we
Make it
as
flat
kids,
soda.
like
Yeah.
flat soda.
I love
I
flat
took
soda.
it out of it, and then I said, "All right, well that'll take the place of like a sweet vermouth. I'll have the holler head. I'll use that like a sweet vermouth. I'll do bitters," and I made it a Manhattan. I called it a Dana Hatton. I put
That's
some
awesome.
sardine cherry in it, and he liked it. Okay, good. He better like it because it's the same Coke and bourbon that he usually drinks, except I put the cherry in and some Luxardo juice and whatever. All right, so cool. So that's the way the whole thing. And when we're all done making the drinks, he goes, "So what are you guys doing now?" We're like, "I don't know. We're gonna whatever." And his social media guy goes, "Well, we're gonna show him around a little bit." He goes, "Come on, I'll show you." So now he personally takes us into his office and doesn't just go, "Okay, here's the office. Here's this. Here's that." He's walking us through every little thing that he's proud of. From the picture on the wall, to the samurai sword, to the saber-toothed tiger head skull that he purchased from a museum years ago when things had been failing in the real estate market. Taking all his time. Goes there, come on, goes to the gym, shows us the gym, spa, all his private little zen place, shows us his kitchen. This is all his place. This is not like
This is the Apex, right?
this is the Apex Training Center, but this is not for you.
Anybody.
You got to do a thumbprint to get into the
Yeah.
doors. Like you're not. No one's just walking up there. So needless to say, the guy that walked in the room
Wasn't the
was
same.
one, and then by the time we got done with them, and just being who we are, right, given a good experience, it was a pleasure. And so I finally said to him, I said, "If you gotta go, we're good." He says, "No, this is good. I need this. This is fun. I'm having a good time, and I
That's
want to tell you, I
awesome.
want to show you guys a little bit more." All right,
That's the kind of guy he is.
awesome.
He's a super nice guy.
It was awesome.
And
Very
also,
authentic.
he's going to bat right now for Full Send for taking down their interview, their most recent one with Trump. He's
Oh,
not
yeah.
happy about
Yeah,
that at all.
yeah.
So he's in, I don't know if he sued somebody, but he had to deal with the Kane thing and now that lawsuit.
Yeah.
So he's got a lot on his plate.
Wow.
Well, now, so John tells that story, right? And my story is when I called John, I texted him first, and I said, "I have a question," and he said, "Yes." I said, "You don't know what the question is?" He said, "Yes." So you talk about a good guy.
No, thank you.
So, and I think, and people always see you on video. I don't know if
Yeah.
you ever did a video
Yeah.
about how you started. I'm sure you have.
No, I haven't talked about that at all. But I mean,
Can you
started-
tell, how did
Yeah,
you
yeah.
start? Because
Well-
you did mortgages.
Okay, well, how this whole thing came about, I should say, we've talked about, yes. The real serious turn that it's taken now in becoming a business for my son was something that, played itself out a little bit. So we first did in 2020, February 2020, I make a drink, right?
And
I
he's filming
smoke
you.
a board. Yeah, I smoke a board. Actually, I'll show you guys because I brought some stuff, and we're gonna do this anyway at some point
Let's do it.
because I gotta break some bread and have some alcohol with you guys. So these are cedar boards, right? I take very simply. My son says to me, "Hey, Dad, we're going out. We're going to Del Fresco's as a family with just the guys. It was just really my sons and my nephews. So we're planning this nice big event, and we're gonna go out to Del Fresco's in the city. And so we're pre-gaming at my house. And my son goes, why don't you make me a drink? And he's holding his video camera up. I'm like, all right. So I do what I do. I take my cedar board out. I do this. And I take that, and then I just let that sit. And that's,
I love it.
That's the beginning. That's smoking the glass. This is not heavy lifting. This is not doing anything other than what you just saw, right?
Yeah.
I make, in addition to that, I take out, I have my, oh, look what I found, a Verona. What are the chances of that?
Oh, look at that,
You
a
would think
Verona
that-
Hillbilly.
Go Hillbillies.
You would think that was
Go
planned.
Hillbillies.
I take out,
Is that the old one with the
that's
jug?
I got that from K Chill, actually, at the Verona.
Oh, so that
Cage
doesn't have the
show.
jug
No,
and the gun.
no, it has
does
a
it?
jug.
Oh, it does. It's the
Yeah,
old
the jug
one.
and the gun. That's
love
the
it.
classic.
Love it.
Yeah,
Okay.
K Chill gave it to me at the.
Yeah.
It's a
Kate
fishing
Chill.
rod,
at
right?
the-
Yeah. Now
Oh,
it's
you
a
guys
kid.
don't have ice. Do you have any ice?
Yeah, we have
I
ice.
should, get some ice, and I'll really make
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
drink.
Crystal
Back
Pepsi.
to the story of this. So, as the story goes, so he says, make the drink. So I do what I normally do, and that's I smoke my glass and I make my Manhattan. And at the time, I used just a regular bullet bourbon, my bitters, and sweet vermouth. And then I do an orange peel, and blah, blah, and I gave it to him. And we go out to dinner. And he's like, Dad, the video's got over 100,000 views. I'm like, what does that mean? Great.
Yeah, what does that mean? I don't know that.
Pass the wine.
Yeah.
We're in the city now. As the night goes on, my nephews and my son are like, Dad, 300,000. It's going
What?
viral. I'm like, pass the wine. Great. I don't know what that means.
You don't know what that means, exactly.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
It's pandemic, pre-pandemic, TikTok, and I don't even know what it is. By the time we got home, he's like, Dad's got 2 million views.
Your
Like-
first
I'm
video.
like- and then now my nephews are like, this is crazy, this is going. Next day, got 3.5 million. Day after that, now I'm at North Jersey at my country club, and I have members saying to me, my son said he saw you on some TikTok thing. I'm like, yeah.
That's how I found you,
said,
too.
I don't know. I don't know what that is. I swear, I said, I just did it. I made a drink. They're like, yeah. P.S. over 8 million views, the very first one. So when you get 8 million views, you go viral.
It's big.
You have an audience. And when I tell you that was my son's first TikTok, he didn't even know how to edit. He didn't know. He downloaded the app that day and just was messing around with it and did it. Well, that changed the direction of a lot of things. So where now it's, like I said, it's his livelihood. I mean, it's a job. He's always on the phone. He's always communicating with people. We have 3 people. We have my daughter who just graduated college that we actually hired. So she's our employee
cool
number
is
1.
this?
Yeah, she's got a salary. We have a 401k.
That's
we have some
great.
profit sharing. I mean, I insisted that if we're going to do this, we're going to set it up,
Right.
the right way.
Right.
And then this way, other people, as we hire them, we bring them along. And then we have subcontractors, some other people that work with us on commission, cinematography, sound people, that kind of stuff. But we are always, now building to make not only this what is probably a fad or a thing that you just had fun with. No, it's a business.
It's a job,
There's
yeah.
a model here that he's created, and through his conversations with other people, finding ways to make it more impactful.
That's
right?
so cool.
Yeah, because it's not just, oh, you guys got lucky and now you're lucky. Yeah.
There's a lot of work.
There's luck, but there's a ton of
work,
things that go
yeah.
on behind the scenes.
Just the
to
editing
pull together.
process
Oh.
and the scheduling of the content, because we're dealing with that now.
Everything.
It's so much
Yeah.
work.
And okay, well, what do you talk about next?
Exactly.
You just show up and talk? No. Who do you thought about this? Okay, good. Now you're gonna say, well, what do we want to talk to John about?
Yes.
And I'm gonna make it easier for you because I
You're an
know
open book,
where
yeah.
I know
Yeah.
where we're gonna go. I know where this is gonna end up, and we're gonna have some surprises. Like I pulled this out for you. This is good content. It's
Exactly.
real, and
Yep.
you can't script this. And I
No.
don't want it to be scripted. And
And I said that going
told
in,
my son.
nothing will be scripted
No.
with me. I don't want it.
You should have a basis, an overview.
base, that's
but
it.
other than
That's
that,
all I
just
want.
yeah. So.
Yeah,
The baseline, that's it.
and, John, so the whole, the tapping of the ring, was that do you always do that? Cause that's
That's
something.
so funny. I've been banging, so, yes, the answer's yes. Now, I didn't have a wedding ring in college, clearly, but yeah, I would always,
But I
I
was
would
gonna
always
say
do this.
something, but it was inappropriate.
well, yeah, I would bang, well,
I was in
you
college.
just saying.
And he's going, yeah, I
Yeah.
banged, but not have anything. I
Here
have a
we
ring
go.
on.
I was
Here we
always,
go.
I'm very, oh, sorry, you know, I'm handsy. We're all handsy, we're
Exactly,
Italian anyway, right? So we're all
Italian.
handsy. I was always, I'm still handsy. I can't, like, to show my excitement, enthusiasm, playing baseball, football, whatever it is, it was always with, you know, a clap, like, let's go. And so my bottle thing just became truly an affection for, when I touch a bottle and I do something, I'm excited. Like,
Yeah.
here you go, let's go. This is what we came for. I could pour water in here and squeeze a lemon in this, and you're gonna drink it and you're gonna be like, well, that was cool. Because it's the presentation of it.
Right.
If I take the time to care, and I really believe that this could be the best lemon you've ever had. This could be the freshest, cleanest water you ever tasted. Look how cold, it's cold, taste it. Look at the glass it's in. That's a whole experience in itself. That's not phony. That's real, right?
Well,
That's how I really feel
And
about
I
a
think
lot of
that's
things.
where people resonate with you, because that comes through.
Well, it's
And
Clear
I've known
that-
you were
yeah.
always
Yeah.
an authentic,
Right.
nice,
Thank you.
nice guy.
Oh.
Always, always,
Thank
always,
you.
and you've never changed.
Well, thanks.
And I think people need to know that about
yeah.
you.
Well, thank you.
You know, you are
Yeah.
just always the same.
Well, I try to be. I'm consistent. If it's one thing I've worked on, is to be consistent. I make mistakes. I'm not perfect. I'm not the nicest guy at times either, right? I've got to be a strong friend, a hard father, a kind of a misunderstood business partner at times because you know, either very demanding or unreasonable. That's all comes with it.
Right.
You have to at certain times be fair to a situation or a circumstance, but the underlying current is I'm just going to be consistent. If I say it, I do it. I'm going to try to give my best and be my best. I'm going to make sure that I deliver that, you know, at any given moment that I can. So, but whatever. Let's do this. Let's get this drink here.
Let's do it. Let's make it happen.
Let me do this.
Can
one
you
more.
smoke a drink too much?
No.
No,
That
no.
glass is already. See that's already kind of. I'm gonna heat it up again, but you got that in there. And then we'll do this again here.
And how long you have to keep it over the smoke? Just until the smoke dissipates?
That's all. You see what's happening. It's just, so I'm gonna make you something a little different here. This is a bourbon and a cinnamon whiskey
Nice.
that we realized. So this bourbon, the story, to kind of finish the thought while I'm making this, we made that video, and then my son gets DM'd from somebody. This is cinnamon whiskey. This
I saw
stuff
your
is
video.
delicious.
Was it Utah, right?
On Utah distillery that we went to, they invited us, we met with. And again, I try so many liquors and liqueurs now, and seltzers and soda substitutes, alcohol, non-alcohol. There's a very few that I connect with. This thing is clean and pure. Most people deal with, you know, the Fireball.
Yeah.
Or the Jack.
Oh, geez,
Or the
Fireball.
Jack Cinnamon, the Jack Fire, and those are good too. I guess they have a place for people. But you know what? I felt like this was something that I could talk about and that I could certainly appreciate. So
What do you call it when you cork the barrel in the video?
what did I call it?
Yeah.
What's it called? I mean, the little sty.
That little sty
Yeah,
thing.
the little styes
Yeah.
or something. I forgot. That's a good question. I think they're called styes. They told me what they're styles or something like that.
What is that? What are you talking about, style?
So when you
Let me smell.
um,
Oh my God, that's got a
Yeah.
really.
yeah, well, you're gonna taste it here.
But
You
it's
guys
not
don't.
I thought it was gonna punch me in the face with cinnamon.
No,
And it does
no,
not.
No. So here's so far I've got now cinnamon whiskey.
Look at
in
him
there,
on the fly. We don't
And
even
I've
have a full
got-
bar here.
and I've
I
got
love it.
bourbon. Okay, we're gonna do some bitters. This is orange bitters in here. Okay,
So excited.
and then we're gonna ice it up. So we'll try to be conscious of.
That's okay,
I don't
John,
have-
whatever.
all good.
No, you're not gonna make
All
this.
good.
We can clean it up.
Okay, so again, there's only in here the bourbon, the cinnamon whiskey, the bitters, orange bitters, and then we have some cherry. I'm gonna jump a couple of cherries in here for you with Sardo cherry juice.
Do bitters have alcohol in them?
No, bitters is herbs and
It's
spices.
just herbs, that's all it
Yeah,
is, right?
Yeah, yeah. And, you know, it's interesting that from, I think Trinidad, like the August, with the, oh my gosh, always the traditional bitters. They're, yeah, herbs and spices. It's nothing special in there.
So this is what Dana had.
No, Dana, yeah, Dana did have this one. Yeah, I think I did it a little different because I had his, I did a cinnamon rim.
You know, you got it.
Look at this, we're missing. Yeah.
Well, we're making you
Yeah,
pour
here,
out of a Ziploc bag.
You're gonna
I
drink.
got
I'm
you.
sorry, I should have gotten the ice, I would have put
I
it in
don't
a
wanna put
bowl.
my hands into it, and I
No, you're good. You're good.
oh, I happen to have a paper towel. I had, boom.
No problem.
All right.
Mike, you want some?
You guys can taste it. All right, so you guys can enjoy this, sip on this, talk about. See, I'm gonna save that for
Beautiful.
me.
We need another glass.
No, I'll sip right out here.
The Verona Hillbillies.
I want to sip out of Verona Hillbillies glass. I'm gonna give you a nice cherry here, on top, right?
Like
Again,
mesmerized.
this is on the fly, so we're kind of winging it with a lot of things.
Is this
but-
a Manhattan? No.
No, it's a play on a Manhattan.
It's a little
It
play
is
on-
because you know Manhattan's
vermouth.
gonna have sweet vermouth in it. That there's no sweet vermouth in this. So, all right, here, take it. Pass one down.
Mama.
Thank you. Ooh, this is warm.
Pull the glasses.
Solid.
Cheers.
Chin down.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Hope you
John.
like it.
Cheers.
Enjoy.
Cheers.
Thank
Enjoy.
you.
Cheers.
To you, Dana.
That's
Okay.
nice.
That'll do.
So
That'll do.
yeah. So that, like I said, that cinnamon whiskey's not overpowering. It's not artificial. It's just subtle enough that
That's a
that
good
it works
fall
in
drink.
with the.
What's the word?
I've
It-
done
That's
a
for the fall.
it
hot
holds-
toddy. I've done a hot toddy that way too.
It holds the cinnamon,
Yeah.
right? It's not
Is that
that
a-
pungent fire, like you was
Right.
fireball that burnt.
Yeah. Yeah.
This
That's
is the best
really
podcast by
good.
far.
This,
Mm-hmm.
this is delicious, John.
All right. Good. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
So did you know, like, again, you were talking about 8 million views. You guys had no plan on really making this a whole business
No, not at all.
because it was just a pandemic. You guys are,
It was-
there's no
But
mortgages
here's the
really
thing,
going
just
on.
because one video, because my daughter had a video that went,
Mhm.
Went viral.
4 million views or something like that, but
That's a
that
lot.
doesn't mean that your
Yeah,
next one's
it
gonna
doesn't
do that. I mean,
translate.
that's.
No.
No, it
It
doesn't.
does, it
translate.
definitely does not translate, so it is,
Nope.
you know, it is work, but that's,
Yeah.
but you're like me, but you gotta be honest, did you check your views every day after it went?
Oh.
Like, cause my
I-
daughter's video, I was checking it every day, I'm like, oh my
I
god.
didn't know enough about. Like I said, I didn't know what that meant. 8 million. Oh, it's cool. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, what do you do with that? He goes, we're gonna do it again. I said, what did we do? Seriously.
What
You
did
saw
we
what I
do?
just did. I said, you want me to do what? Smoke another glass, make another Manhattan? He's like, no, you gotta make another drink. What else do you need? What else do you know how to make? I said, martinis? I mean, I can make a martini, I can make a punch, I could do a lot, I don't know, do some pina coladas. What do you want? He goes, oh, make a martini. All right, so whatever. And anyway, I can't even remember. The drinks that we end up doing now come from the sponsors, right? Those companies that say, hey, use this, use that. We need you to make a drink from this. And sometimes they'll say to us, make a gin drink or a vodka drink or a bourbon drink this way. Okay, fine, that's their signature drink. They tell me what's in it and I just follow what's in it.
Yeah, but we're Italian, you always put a flair on it.
What I end up
Yeah,
doing
we
is,
don't-
well,
we
that's
don't
what
just
I'll
take the
do. Well,
recipe.
so if they're paying for it, obviously,
Then you have to
then
kinda
I have
follow
to kind of give that exact, recipe that they want. But if we're just gonna then afterwards use it, well, then I make stuff up. We had a really fun, and you're gonna see this come out, and I want you guys. You know me. It's authentic. I'm not.
Oh, no, you
I'm
are
not
completely
BSing.
100%
I'm not BSing
authentic.
anybody on this. We did during the pandemic. I took a sweet potato out of the fridge. It was a half a sweet potato. I'm like, I'm gonna make a drink with this. I don't know
Sweet
what.
potato?
Sweet potato, brown sugar, cinnamon. I muddled it in the bottom. I poured some bourbon in it. Boom, boom, boom. I pureed it basically in the glass one time because I wasn't gonna throw it out. That's the Italian. I'm
That's
gonna
the
make
Italian.
something.
I'm gonna
from that.
make something.
And we
Absolutely.
drank the drink. We drank it, and we're like, "That's pretty good." Okay. Now I don't know what you call
meal
it.
and a
I don't know
drink.
what you're gonna do with it, but okay, I didn't waste the potato. So my son says, we came back from Dana White's thing, UFC, and I think I told him, I must have said something. I must have said that about the sweet potato. And John comes home and goes, we're going to do that as a longer form on YouTube. I said, again, do what? He goes, I'm going to go in the fridge. I'm going to grab you all sorts of ingredients. You're going to make drinks. I'm like, okay. Now, he didn't tell me what he was grabbing. All he said was, to our point earlier, you got to have some framework, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have to have, when we film on a Saturday, we're going to do this, then we'll do this, then we'll do that. You know, you have to have your time kind of blocked out. So he's like, we're going to do that. I'm going to grab some stuff out of our fridge. I'm like, all right. So he grabs so many things, half bottles of like of a protein shake, half bottle of like
Was there ice
almost
cream too?
There was pudding. No, there was no ice cream in this one.
Oh,
There was
pudding, that's
There was
interesting.
tomatoes. There was salsa. There was pickle juice. There was avocado. It was like a really just whatever was in the fridge. He put it on the table, and I made 4 drinks. And I'm telling you, 2 of them were awesome.
What were
They
in
were
the
awesome.
two? What were in the
Well,
two?
the 2 that turned out really well, I took this Genius Juice smoothie. I took the avocado and I took the pudding, and I kind of just muddled that, and then I think I poured vodka in that. Or I put rum. I think I put rum in that one. And that was the only thing I could do, is only add the outside influence of the spirit. I couldn't do anything else. And we drank that, and it was really good. And then I made another one with the salsa.
Bloody
It was
Mary?
Truff. It was a Bloody Maria. I used mezcal tequila. And I put that in there. It was like a Bloody Maria. So I just had the salsa in there, this truff
pretty
sauce.
cool.
That's awesome.
And it just worked out like that. Like literally, he didn't pull that stuff out knowing what I was going to do.
Arian
and I
would
saw
be
it.
proud.
And I saw it, and I didn't know what I was going to do. So we're like, this is a show. This could be something, and it might. I don't know. Someone might say, let's do it again, like they do. Chopped. They say, here's your basket.
So that's what I mean.
Make some
Arian
food.
would be proud. That's what
Yeah.
she said was the hardest thing when she was on Top Chef, when they give you just a
Yeah.
thing and say
That's it.
make a meal.
That's it.
That's pressure.
Yeah, I mean, especially them, because they know what's at stake, right?
Yeah.
There's money at stake. There's a clock ticking. So that YouTube, that'll come out probably in the next week or two, probably next week or so. But that was fun. Like that was just kind of cool the way it came together.
So
That's
are you
awesome.
a good cook?
I'm better than average. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
because
better than average.
he's creative. So
yeah, I'm better than average.
you can tell.
I like to think I'm like a leftovers king. I can take leftovers and repurpose them, and that has to do with growing up. I grew up in a house with boys, and I grew up without my mother being there. Though my parents were divorced, my mother wasn't there. My father was at work. You come home, you wake up in the morning, you go to school. Who's making breakfast? Well, you are. My grandmother was there, and she would make me breakfast, I guess, if I wanted to, but it was always the same thing. It was a Stella D'Oro cookie
The Stellazzaro
with
cookie.
coffee,
Yeah.
or it was an English muffin. That's not breakfast.
Right.
Not for a 17, 18
Yeah,
year old
kid.
athletic kid who's playing sports, right? So, whatever. You had to figure it out, how to make stuff and grab and go and, run outside with your hair wet. And that's what you did. So I learned I like to eat, you gotta take care of it and you gotta figure it out.
So you're probably not a baker.
No, bacon's
Too
very
precise.
scientific.
I say
That's
it all.
way too
What do I say?
scientific.
It's
You
too.
can't. No,
I
it's
cannot.
too
It's too
precise.
precise.
Yeah.
I hate baking.
You could cook, you can't bake, Mom.
I
I'll
can't
be
bake.
honest.
I cannot bake.
No, yeah, that's tough.
Nor do I want to.
My
Very
daughter-
rare people are both.
My daughter
I
Diana
need
has
to
a
do it.
baking page. She's Diana Food. I think she still does Diana Foodie. She's a good baker. During the pandemic, she's gluten free. She was making all sorts of baked goods the whole
See,
time.
that's something that a lot of people are gluten free.
Yeah.
She would do
Yeah.
very well because they need good recipes.
Yeah, she's all gluten free. I don't know if she's, now that she's working for us, I don't know that she's on that page anymore, because not only does she work for us, she works for, and this is part of the business that I've learned. So let's say someone's gonna say, hey John, we want you to use this lighter, and we're gonna pay you. Okay, great. And I used the lighter, and I was like, wow, that's a cool lighter. Where did you get it? Well, if there's no funnel back to the company to get the lighter, you're not buying it. There's no
Yeah.
sales. So there's two, tranches here. One is getting the funnel back to the company, which you can do a link in your bio. That's easy enough.
Yep.
But also, the company has to have their own TikTok page.
To connect,
so-
to tag.
Right, they have to. Like we have, again, on millions and millions of views, we can have thousands upon thousands of comments. And
So they would be commenting, where do you
well,
get
that's
the
what I mean.
later,
Where do you get the later?
where
And
do
how
you
do I
get the
say?
later?
I'm not going. We go through them. But John and I have this commitment to our audience, which is we will respond to all the comments. I'll take it.
And YouTube, Instagram, they all want comments too. Whether it's
Yeah.
negative or positive,
Yeah.
they weigh
Yeah.
comments heavily. And the share as well.
Yeah, most of our audience, I'm going to say 90, the higher percentages are all
Positive.
very good.
Yeah.
There's always a couple haters in there. There's always a couple people that throw daggers and whatever, and that's fine. And I respond to them. And I'm like, be nice.
Be
Yeah.
nice, yeah,
Just be
just
nice.
be nice, or don't comment.
Just be nice.
You know what I
It's okay,
realized too?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm here for you. You want to talk? We'll talk, but just be nice.
The biggest thing I realized with the hater comments is that they don't have a profile picture
Yeah.
and they're usually
They're hiding.
on private.
Yeah, they're hiding.
It's social
It's
media. You're
alright.
supposed to be social.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they're, listen, they have their muscles behind.
Yeah, and it's
The
easy. Like I
privacy.
said, they're in a basement somewhere, and they're having fun doing whatever they're doing.
Yeah,
They want to
it's-
hate on things that you can hate on all day long. But so my other point, takeaway is when the company has their own page. Now they'll look at the comments. Now they'll extract or they'll give feedback and they'll direct. And so my
He
daughter,
likes the drink, John.
Well, right up my alley.
it's good, right?
It's
So,
delicious.
I love it.
But my daughter now is working for several of managing their pages because they don't know how to. They don't either have somebody or they
Yeah.
don't want to. So now she's become somebody else
Well, I was gonna ask
than
you,
she was even 3 months ago.
Is your son just doing your marketing, or is he branching out with other companies?
Johnny is doing everything right now, but we are also talking to a couple of agencies, managers and agents. Now they're calling us, right? They're like, oh, we want to do this with you.
Mhm.
We see, they'll say, oh, we see a show. Like we could pitch a show of father-son thing and, certainly the authenticity of the relationship and then the drinks and all that good stuff. Or we see a spot here on, we do an event and you come and you're a guest speaker. So it's
This is right up Bravo's alley too.
yeah, it comes right. Well, that's the thing, listen, everyone's seen enough of the train wreck Housewives stuff.
Exactly.
And we all
I
watched
agree.
it, and I enjoyed watching it earlier on too. But then it became
not
same
good.
old, same old. You're gonna redo it in Atlanta. You're redo it in
You get
California.
Tiki Barber on. It's
I mean, yeah. So I'm not old fashioned. We're the same age, but I have like some old fashioned principles, which are put your shirt on, stop acting like an ass,
yeah.
and be responsible. You can have fun. I mean, seriously, right? We can have fun.
Yep.
I can have more fun than a lot of 25-year-olds, but
But
I'm
we
not.
could be, yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Right, but let's somewhere have a shred
Of
of pride.
Decency.
Pride,
yeah.
Which is,
respect.
okay, you know what? Put a collar shirt on. Is it that hard? You have to buy a shirt anyway. You can buy a t-shirt. That's fun, that's easy. T-shirts are $40.
Yeah, buy
You're
buy
gonna
a
get they're
collared
$40.
shirt.
Yeah.
Buy a collared shirt.
I agree.
But it doesn't hurt to have it in your wardrobe.
And you know what else bothers me too, John? I was saying this to somebody. There's too much things that are damaging to children that are involved.
Yep.
And that's where I kind of draw the line, and
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? This
Yeah.
is going too far.
Yep.
Because this could be show for Bravo.
Sure.
But when there's kids that are hurting or kids that are being called
Yeah.
out at
Yeah.
school for
Yeah.
different things that they
Yeah.
find out about their parents that are
Yeah.
private.
Yeah.
Come on, when is your
Yeah.
line?
When's enough? is
When's enough
Yeah.
enough?
Not
You
to say it's art, but life imitates art.
Mhm.
So whatever you see on TV, movies, that's
That's
what
it.
people,
Exactly right.
hone in on. I see it all the time.
Listen, we know it's a superficial world. We understand, and there's a balance. I want to drive a nice car. Yeah, I want the best car I can afford. But the key is you have to afford it.
Mm-hmm.
Just afford it. You can
Yeah.
have there's a lot of beautiful cars, a lot of beautiful clothes. Know what you make and what you spend and budget
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be the iconic brands. Save that maybe for a time in your life when, okay, you've made it and you have FU money and you can do whatever
You
you
can
want.
do what you
That's
want.
fine, you earned it. No one's gonna tell you how to spend it, but in the meantime, let's kind of get our priorities straight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, you don't need to buy or lease a $125,000 vehicle before you own a house. You don't
Yeah.
need to go on those vacations until you kind of
post-
put yourself in a position to help raise your family, put money away for your kids' education. I see it in, you know, what I do
Social media
30
changed
years.
that.
Well, social media has influenced it, and there's a chance, I think, there's a crying out for it to come back. And I'm seeing it on my page because I'm telling you guys, if I showed you my phone and on LinkedIn and on any place that people can get in touch with me, they're saying thank you, that I share what I share in the nuggets of how to make a tie, how to pack for your trip, how to shine your shoes, how to do this, how to that. They're like genuinely like, you're the dad that I didn't have, or I wish my dad took the time to share that with me. And my response is always the same, you know, I'm here for you, you know, I'm TikTok dad, whatever. But in all fairness,
mean it.
in all fairness, and I mean it, but in all fairness, my son, as good of a relationship as I have with him, he's learning these things through the video.
Right.
Yeah.
He's not coming in my
Exactly,
closet
right.
Keep
and
that
saying,
too.
"God, how do I make it?"
Well,
let me show you, son.
that's the
He's just
authenticity
not
of
doing it.
John.
Right.
But that John can
Right.
make it sound like he did that with his son.
Right.
Right.
But I'm telling you,
That's the truth.
That's the footprint of, is it real? Yes, it's real all day long, because he does not know how to make a tie. He does not know how to check his car before you go on a long trip. He doesn't know these things.
Yeah.
And it blows my mind, and that's how it started, because I was like, John, I'll keep making these drinks, but you know what? We got to bring some
Clean it
other,
up, yeah.
we got to turn a corner here. We got to bring something else of true value somewhere.
Well, that was brilliant. Who
And
thought of
so-
the shirt?
Yeah.
Who thought of that? Who thought of the
Well,
shirt?
we both did.
Yeah, that's
well, we
great.
both did. Because so the one of the best videos that we had, two very nice videos. One is my daughter getting engaged in Disney.
That was awesome.
That
We
was
saw that this
awesome.
morning. We
That
played
was
that
so-
Friday.
Yeah, I watched that like
that's the-
50
that's-
times.
That's our favorite video.
Yeah.
I mean, I could cry thinking about
I
it.
can't. I'm saying.
I think my mom cried when I
So,
showed her.
That's just amazing.
It's beautiful the way it came together. We surprised her. We, you know,
Your
my son
commentary
came-
on the plane was awesome.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah. I gotta stop. It's like I gotta get ready for the wedding too.
Oh no! I was just gonna say, how are you gonna do
I
that?
don't know. Well, I'll get there.
You
Well,
will.
let's not rush that yet, but I'll get there. So that was one of the better videos, and then one that took off was when I was shining shoes, and I was literally in my closet. We were getting ready to go away to a wedding for Dabu's son in Tennessee. And I'm-
Whose son is married?
Yeah, he's married. He's having a baby too. His name is Michael.
Oh
the
my
Benedictus.
God.
Shout out, Michael.
Congratulations, Michael.
Yeah. So we were literally, I'm in my closet, I'm on the floor, I'm doing my thing, shining shoes. I'm like, wait a second. I get up, I yell down, I said, come up here. Come on, I want to show you the shine shoes. He's like, oh. Literally, he's in the kitchen. He's like, I'm busy. I said, John, come on, let's go. Thankfully, one of the guys he's with, who happens to be our cinematographer, is like, yeah, go. That'd be good. Just go do it. Comes up, I'm on the floor. Dad, how do you shine shoes? When I did the shoe thing, boom, done. That got like 12 million views.
It did?
It was one of the best videos. And I felt like it was one of the best because I really brought a value. And so many people said to me, I didn't realize how to shine a shoe.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you had to clean it and then, yeah, no,
See,
that's
maybe
cool.
you're onto something.
Well,
We were just talking about that. I was talking with Christina. Listen, in high school, girls dressed up. We didn't dress up, but
So
we
did
were
this
dressed
guy.
nice. We were dressed
I didn't
nice.
own a pair of jeans in high school at Jordache. Other than that, I didn't own a pair of Wranglers.
Yeah.
I had Gloria Vanderbilt. In fact, my butt's in the yearbook. But that's another, it is.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
But-
oh boy.
We dressed.
Yep.
I look at these girls, and I mean,
Sweatpants. They're in sweatpants.
they look like they rolled out of bed.
Yeah, they did.
Discussiad.
They did.
I-
Well, did you
I-
shower
I
in the morning
really-
before you went to school?
Yes.
Yeah, well, go
I would-
check out that novelty.
Look-
Shower before you go to school. How about
John,
that?
I couldn't go to
Yeah.
school if I didn't shower.
Yep.
showered, hair done, whatever you had to do. I was in the mall with Gia, and there was a group of girls that literally looked like they rolled out of bed and they didn't have a home.
Yep.
Baggy sweatpants, stained sweatshirts. So you got to bring that back because I think what you
it's
do
gonna
in your
come
life,
back.
it has to
It's
because
gonna.
it follows through with you.
It's come. And this is why, to your point, what we're doing in our authenticity of the page and dropping knowledge and a few nuggets of experience, this is where I fit in. And I don't, listen, I know I'm influencing people. It's this little microcosm. We were in Vegas, and I go up and down, we were walking down the strip, we didn't go 20 feet, and people weren't like, Johnny drinks, Johnny drinks, Johnny drinks.
Oh,
More than one person said either one of two things. I just packed my shirt the way you told me to.
Unbelievable.
I came here, I can't believe you're here. Or they said, I shine my shoes the way you do. Or one of the more touching things for me is always the tie. Like when guys say to me, you taught me how to tie a tie. That's turning a corner.
I picture you
like
crying.
That's being
I
gentleman.
picture you choking up and crying.
That's like being
Yeah.
a gentleman. Like that's cool because now you care enough to know how to tie a tie. All right, good. When you go to a wake next time, you might think about putting a tie on because now you know how to wear one.
Right.
You know,
Maybe that's
or
the problem.
Or you go to a wedding, you might think twice. I know how to make it. I'm gonna make a
Yeah.
tie. You be confident and comfortable with that in itself, right? So, but yeah, there's so many great smaller like bits that were positive in meeting a lot of people when we were in Vegas. But I get it, like I said, all the time on the feedback and the messages and the comments. There's a consistent that runs throughout, and that's the one thing that runs throughout is that people like the drinks, but they love more the relationship and the experience and the knowledge that we're sharing.
A lot of families, things are lost too, though. I think this is hitting me.
I'm in ketosis. So this is
This is
right
good,
now.
right?
This is so good.
Cinnamon keeps coming back in the back of your
It's
tongue.
so good.
And you
It's
want,
so good.
It's like eating potato chips.
Oh my god,
Black
you can't
cherry
stop
too
at
is my
one.
favorite.
Yeah.
Black cherry?
Yeah, my
Sorry,
favorite.
Mike's,
What's the black cherry?
Mike's
the
over there.
cherry.
Carol's
The cherry,
good.
yeah.
You and him and his friend Nucci, you guys drink Manhattans all the time.
Yeah.
But, like
But you gotta
Nucci
come back
said,
to
you
New
gotta come
Jersey.
back to Jersey. You can't be doing Manhattan all night. You gotta come back to Jersey.
Yeah.
Get a little whacked out.
Yeah.
I've lost my train of thought.
We're
Well,
talking
Never
about
said-
times and.
Oh, we're talking about
lack
high
of the
school,
fam-
dressing in high school. That's what
But
we
we
talk.
always did.
Yes.
We always did, John.
Do you know what's so funny? So I told my kids, and thank God Taboo's around because Taboo always just says he'll stop. Taboo will stop and he'll tell it, which is great, right? I did not own a pair of sneakers other than to play gym. Now I played football, baseball, basketball. So basketball, I had my basketball sneakers, but in school, I wore Capizios, the patent leather shoes. I wore a fabric shoe loafer. I wore parachute zip-up pants. I didn't own, the jeans I owned were Jordache. I had the Shams shirt, the fishnet shirts. I couldn't wait to shower, get dressed, and I didn't blow dry my hair because I didn't want to lose my hair. How about that? So I used to.
Oh really? You didn't want
I didn't want to damage my hair, so I didn't blow dry. So I'd run out every day,
Wet hair.
dressed up with wet head. P.S. I'm bald and whatever, but that's your point. I used to dress. I used to look forward to, and I'll tell you this, Pauline. It's interesting because, and I'll tell you too because you're here. I'll talk with your mom. I love Pauline Lombardi's great family, by the way.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah. Cypress Ave. You talk about Cypress
Cypress
Ave with
Ave.
these guys?
all the time.
Main Street, Cypress Ave.
I can tell the stories better now.
I drive by and
Yeah.
show them.
So those are some great times.
Chrissy Flanner was just saying, let's do
A
like
reunion?
block
Oh
reunions,
my
like a
God.
few blocks.
Oh my God.
Yeah. How
Oh.
cool would that be?
That was again growing up young like that, where you just got on your bike and you went, or you met at the corner, you met at the end of the street to just go play. Yeah, nothing.
You just played.
Priceless.
Yeah.
Those are priceless experiences. But so anyway, what I was going to say was, so I'll say to my kids, I didn't own a pair of jeans, I didn't own sneakers. Like, come on, what are you talking about? I really didn't. I went to college, and I remember getting ready to go out, and I put on my Jordache and my Capizios and my same thing. The guys I'm with are like, where are you going? I'm like, I don't know, where are we going? Where are you going with shoes and those jeans with the leather pocket, the Jordache? And I'm like, I don't know. It was shell shock for me. I was like, oh, okay. They're like, you gotta get Levi's. You gotta buy. I'm like, Levi's. I went home. I said, Dad, I gotta buy a pair of Levi's. Where do I get Levi's? Because we used to right, yeah. We used to go to merry-go-round, and we used to go to those places. You put it on layaway.
Oh my God,
you buy pants.
merry-go-round.
Do you know this? You don't even know this.
No, you doesn't know
my
this.
grandmother would talk about she would rent clothes back in the day, or is that way
No.
before?
That's layaway. So layaway.
No, that's oh yeah, that's layaway. When she was working at Hanes. Layaway, because she would take her paycheck and pay it off, yes.
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah.
So we used to go to the mall, merry-go-round, and there was another one too. It's escaped me right now.
I can't even believe you said merry-go-round.
Yeah, we used to go there and you say, oh yeah, I want this, I want this, I want this. You go to the front counter and they say, okay, it's $100. Layaway, and they knew it was just, okay, it's $100 or layaway is $10 a week. And so you go, oh, I'll go layaway. And you get the clothes. There was no credit card.
Right.
This was, John Rondy, here's my, I don't even think he showed ID. I don't even know how.
No,
Freddie was
did
just
it.
talking about that with
I
codes.
don't know how they did.
Yeah.
And we give him $10, and the next week come back, give me another $10, and you couldn't buy again until you finished paying off. But you got it on layaway, and so
It's crazy.
yeah. So there was that experience, and again, a whole other, shell shock of a time where.
So it was really harder for us, but
It
we
was.
did it.
We did.
But we did
It was
it.
a bigger effort
Yeah.
because you couldn't just go click, shoot, and it shows up.
Yeah.
You had to physically go, try it on, and
So do you think the internet just changed everything? Basically, the way we dress. Because I'm more like John. Like I like to dress
he
up.
was
Yeah.
wearing his Brooks Brothers suits here every day,
Ooh.
and he's like,
Every
"Mom,
day,
this is the way it
suit,
is."
tie,
Nice.
yeah,
Nice. That's good.
I guess that comes from like Ayi though, and her showing me the music, the Frank Sinatra, the Dean Martin back in the day. Wear
Yeah.
tie.
You're an old soul. You've always been an old soul.
Yeah,
Pete.
Thank God, my wife and you as a mother probably have done the same thing. You buy your kids stuff that they're not even going to necessarily wear today, but
they have it in
they're
their
going to need a
closet.
collared shirt. They're
Right.
going to need a pair of slacks. They're going to need a pair of
Right.
loafers, a pair of shoes, and you go through this all the time. And so I talked to my son John about it. We had a funeral we had to go to last week, and I'm like, "You have a suit?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Did you try it on?" I mean, seriously, because when was the last time you wore a suit? No, it's good. All right, no problem. He comes and he's got a suit on. Now it looks good. It looks good, but it's not. He's gotten a little bigger, and he feels like God, this thing's tight. I said, that's my point of saying,
Try it on.
go into
Yeah, you
your
guys are all the same.
closet and be ready.
You're all the same.
Be
My
ready.
head right now just dang. Where are my Ferragamo shoes?
I don't know.
I haven't wore those in weeks. I gotta find those. Anyway, sorry.
My point. Now wait, you have shoes. Are they shine?
Always,
Or are you just gonna?
always.
But you know what I mean. So people might have this stuff. To my point of my son, even with, you have the suit. That's great, but have you tried it on recently? Because you grow.
Yeah.
You change, and styles change.
Mhm.
You bought that suit a year ago. I can tell it's over a year old because the jacket's a little longer.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on.
Shout out
I
to
swear
Bobby
to God, I
Servino.
think he's your son.
Shout out to Bobby
Come on.
Servino for giving me 2 shark skin suits from back in the day.
Oh,
Shark
I
skin.
might bring, yeah.
Oh,
They're in the
I might bring those
garage.
back.
I go to him. They're in the
Actually
bag.
wore
They're
it, right?
nice.
So they're authentic, real shark
Real
skins?
shark
The
skin
real
from back in the
shark
day.
skin.
Wow.
I have to get them resized though.
Oh, yeah.
What do you do
The
with them?
shoulders.
Well, you save them for a Halloween outfit one day. That's what you
I was
do.
like, Chris, what do we do with the shark skin?
I mean, seriously, they're cool, but I
What's
didn't
wrong
say
with
that.
it, John?
I have so many great suits, double-breasted, 3-button, Glen plaids, plaid. I have so many beautiful suits. I just leave them. I can't throw them out.
No,
And I save them because I said one day there's gonna be a Halloween party and we're gonna go retro.
Yeah.
That's what I use it for.
Yeah.
They have the pleats and they have the cuffs, and no one's wearing them today like that. But
Yeah.
they'll have a place. But
But it's got the double breasted, like it buttons over here.
Of course, it
Nice.
buttons over and under and inside. It's got a,
see the double-breasted though, but that's not usually a thing. You got.
It's more slim fit now. Everything is like the
Slim
ties,
fit,
like in the
yeah.
80s
Yeah, I like
and
the slim
90s.
fit.
Ties went from here.
I like
Now
slim
they're
fit.
super
We
thin.
were just talking about this on Sunday. I think
Yeah.
the best suit you can buy though is a Tom Ford.
Tom Ford.
Tom Ford is
But
nice
not
suits.
everybody
No, Michael
can
Kors
afford
is nice.
What do you
suits.
wear?
Hugo Boss. I like Hugo Boss. I'm gonna go. There's a guy, Jeffrey Scott. He does bespoke custom stuff. I'm gonna go talk with him and gotta get some stuff from him too.
You probably
but
have a bigger closet than your wife.
I have a nice closet. Well, you've seen it on my videos.
Yeah.
Go look at my videos. It's not bigger than my wife's. Mine
I
is
envy his
very.
closet.
It's a little. It's not even long. It's just narrow and tight. But I have a rule. My rule is
One
this.
in, one out.
Yeah. If I buy something and I haven't worn something in a year, it's
Yeah.
gone. I'll donate it to somebody.
You know what I do? I flip the hangers, so
Oh.
I know when the last time I wore it.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's
So I
cool.
know right away, so I don't have to go
That's
through
good.
everything.
Well, you know, I keep them in sequential order, so if I
Are you sure
if
you
I
guys aren't
wear
related?
if I wear this shirt,
Yeah.
it's gonna move down the block because as I come back
I
with
did,
new shirts,
yeah.
I know from where they are in the order.
Mhm.
I wore that already. I wore that already. It's so funny.
Are
Yeah.
your two
I gotta do a
sons
video.
different?
That's a video.
That is
a
a
video.
video. That's a great
I might have to
video.
come over to your house and do a
Because to
TikTok.
organize everything is very tough with the
Yeah.
shoes, the pants,
hard
the
to
shirts.
remember.
But I like
Yeah.
that. I like that's a good little hint.
Yeah, so if
To
it's
turn it.
backwards, it's
Yeah.
always facing one way. If I
Yeah.
hadn't worn it, it's always facing the other way. I'm very,
It's
I don't
so
know.
funny.
Are your sons the same? Are your boys the same?
Nope.
No, so mine are complete opposites.
No, my boys are different. My son Joseph is closer to me in that he likes clothes. He likes, they both want to look good. Don't get me wrong. They were, but Joe is more into clothes and style than John. Although there's
How
a
old's
difference.
John?
John's 26 and Joseph is 20. He's not 21 yet.
He's 20. He's Nikolai's
20.
age, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the guy who plays football. He was.
Yes,
he was
he was at
he was
Syracuse, right? You
He
said he went to
transferred.
Monmouth?
Now he's at Monmouth, and he's a much better place, happier.
Syracuse
Good
is
for
a
him.
little shaky right now.
Yeah, listen, it was a great opportunity. It was a gift, literally a gift, and just a huge, grateful chance to do this and be at that level like your son is now. But that level is
Hard.
really hard. I
Yeah.
mean, emotionally, physically, mentally, it's
It's
extremely.
hard. I worry about Nikolai all the time because he's
Yeah.
a quiet kid.
Yeah, and you know what? So is my son Joe, and it wasn't until it was almost, not that it was too late, it wasn't almost until it was like, wow, okay, now we see the gravity of what's going on here. He broke his leg. So when he broke his leg, it was like, and he was playing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was playing his freshman year. He got in there, first game, right out of high school, first game they ever played. They're like, oh, we're going to play Liberty down in Virginia. You want to go to the game? I'm like, I'm not going to go to the game. I'm going to travel there. My son's never going to get in. He plays the whole fourth quarter.
Oh,
And
my
I'm watching ESPN. I'm like, oh my God, he's on ESPN.
It's
He's
mind
playing.
blowing, yeah.
First, right out of the gate. And then it went from everyone's big on him, he's good, he's athletic, he's doing all these things, great. And then, I don't know, and then the big guys come in, and the Clemsons and all the other teams you start to play. And it's tough.
Yeah.
17
hard.
years old.
They're
And you
kids.
know-
Kids.
Listen,
They are
John,
kids.
Nikolai has a kid on his team who's married. And there's one of the kids who, he's in his 6th year. Nikolai goes, Mom, I don't even know how he's still eligible. So you're talking 18-year-olds compared to
23, 24-year-olds.
Big,
Oh,
huge
yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
So, but I got to ask you a question because I know you're sensitive.
Yeah.
So the first game you went to and you saw your son run out, did you cry?
I didn't cry. I did
I'm
get
shocked.
emotional. I didn't cry. I'm not. I'm emotional. I'm sensitive, but I guess I was definitely taken in the moment of like, yeah, wow, look what
Yeah.
this kid did.
Yeah, it's like you're in awe.
It didn't matter. Went to Maryland, watched him run out of the tunnel with the team. I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
you did it, dude. And that's what it's hard for them to understand. They did it. Anybody who plays at that level, any of these levels, after high school,
You're done. Like,
you
I-
did
yeah,
it. You're the elite of the elite.
1-2% only go.
Yeah, you're the elite
Yeah,
of the elite.
you walk away, who cares?
Yeah.
Just to see
Right.
that their hard work paid
Wow.
off. I
You know
cried
what?
from
Yeah.
when I came up onto the
Oh,
stadium
waterworks.
Yeah,
because the first year was COVID, so
Yeah.
they didn't allow many people.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
walked up and I cried from then until literally
That's so
halftime.
great.
Like I just couldn't get my emotions together.
Is he in a position to play this year? You told me
He is.
he's
He
number one.
is.
He's a
I
starter.
don't want to, yeah.
No, we don't want to because
Oh.
you never know.
No, it's okay.
No,
I
you
said,
never
that's
know.
why I said
He's
But-
doing good right now.
If you listen
You
to what
never
I said,
know, John.
I said, is he in a position to play?
Yes, he is.
That's what I said.
That-
I
yeah.
get
Yeah.
that. So if
Yeah.
the answer is yes, that's great. He's a
Yeah.
junior? Third
No,
year?
so I'm going to be a sophomore.
Red shirt. So he's a red
Because
shirt
they got the COVID
COVID
year
year.
back.
sophomore.
Sophomore, yeah.
That's awesome. Well,
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm his biggest fan on Saturdays.
Yeah.
Well, the
that's
whole
good.
year, but
Well, that's what happens, right? Now people start watching Virginia Tech, they start watching Syracuse, start watching these schools, and they're just watching because they want to see somebody they can recognize.
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's very cool. Again, it's so much hard work that goes into it. I tell Nikolai all the time, like,
Yeah.
90% of it nobody sees. They see the 10% on Saturdays. Like I remember, I'm going to post a Facebook post about it, but it's Kyle Monungai and Nikolai, and they're passed out in our driveway at like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. They were so tired from school and practice that they passed out in the driveway. In the moment, I thought it was hysterical, but then I realized now, like it's so
grueling.
much
The fact
work.
that you can appreciate that speaks to a few things. But whatever you can appreciate, what we can appreciate, is nothing from what they really go through.
What they
And
go
I-
through.
And again, I know this differently today than even year one, because we had to pack them up and take them out of there. We had to transfer them out of there because so many things just weren't adding up. It just wasn't adding up anymore. You know, the guys that said all these fantastic things about him and how they were going to take care of him.
And then it
And
doesn't
they were,
come.
that he was his son, stepson, and the whole La Familia, family thing. It's a good soundbite. It's a good soundbite. But at the end of the day,
Actions speak
you gotta
louder.
you gotta take care of your job. It's a job. You
Yep.
do your job, you play, you stay healthy, you play. And if you don't, like I said, my son broke his leg. Well, back of the bus. We'll see what happens. We'll see what, and that's unfortunate, but that happens. That's why, sports end for everyone at some point, some earlier than
Someday you're always
others.
gonna,
And it's okay. You just have
At
to
some
embrace
point,
it.
like a coach said to Nikolai, at some point everyone's gonna be a washed up football player, whether it happens to you, high school, college, professional.
Yeah.
It comes to an end.
Yeah.
No, I say to them all, they get so mad at me, Nick, I don't care if you quit. I don't care. If you're happy, you gotta be happy. I could care less.
Yeah.
Mom, stop
Yeah.
saying that. No,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
gotta know that.
Yeah, you just gotta.
Yeah.
I think you gotta emphasize is that you're proud of them, that they have accomplished and they are successful, and in no way what they are going to go through now is a bearing on what they're
happens to
become.
them. Exactly.
It's not. It doesn't. And again, they're young people, so they don't understand that. But that's okay.
Yeah,
They will, and
they
just
will.
continuous support. And mom and dad and family members saying the same things over and over again. So.
But he's happy. He's happy. at
Oh,
the moment.
he's 180 degrees better, happy, mentally, physically, emotionally. He's like, gosh, this is great. I can't wait for this stuff. Like that's what he just needs to get out there. Now they just need to play.
Especially now too, coming from Syracuse,
Yeah.
right? He's
Yeah.
that's
He's
good.
a big guy.
Happy for him.
I mean, he's going to be, he's one of the biggest guys now on the team because 6'5", 6'4.5", whatever
He's
his
up
size
there.
is. Those guys are at that level.
How
at
tall is he?
ACC. He's about probably 6'4.5". They say 6'5". I don't know.
Where's the size come from?
His father's big.
His father, I had too much to drink. I swear to God, his
Boy.
father is big.
Oh, his father. Yeah, don't worry. That was no curveball. That's what we during the
That was such a curveball to me.
during the recruiting stages.
But John's not. Is John that tall?
No, John's normal. John's 5. He's normal. He's 5'6", 5'7".
Oh, John appears a lot taller.
Well, he's not tall. He's normal size. Anyway,
Second
so
boy's always bigger.
it's so funny because during
And better, usually.
Second boy.
yeah.
I did my
That's the way it
whole
works.
test on it. It's usually the younger brother's always better. If you look at it.
Well, isn't that funny?
So where do you think the height came
Who
from?
knows? No idea.
Anybody on your wife's side?
We don't know. We really don't. I mean, the only thing we can add up is there's some Russian in my father-in-law's history.
Oh,
his
could be.
his mother's family. Who knows though? I don't know.
Your girl's tall?
No. My son Joe is off the charts. He's the only one. He looks, when we take a picture, he looks superimposed. Like, you take a
Yes,
picture, it
exactly.
looks like they just put this kid in there, right? Like your son,
Yeah.
just put him in there. These are big humans.
They're
These,
big
these
humans.
guys are,
And John, you're looking from the stands and you're watching a football game.
And
You
they all
really
look
don't.
the
I could
same.
see a couple that
Yeah.
look kind of big,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
After the game, we go on the field and one standing. I swear to God, I think
Yeah.
I was at his belly button.
Yeah.
I looked at him. I said, "You don't look this
Yeah.
tall
Yeah.
from up there."
it's so funny.
Yeah.
They're
It's crazy.
massive.
They're big humans. Big humans. Anybody plays that level, any level, God bless you. Stay the course and just know you accomplished an incredible amount just by getting there.
Yeah,
That-
no,
that
it's pretty
truly
cool.
matters.
It's cool stuff.
Yeah.
But you're unbelievable. I would love one day if we can do mock cocktails with our protein powders.
Hmm. Well, what do you have? What you have your
Like-
own powder?
It's Ideal
We'll
Protein
get some.
powders. They're
So you know
proteins.
what's so funny? So you got to tell me now because I'm doing. Like, tell me what. I know your page spoke to how many pounds of weight loss you guys have helped people
Yeah.
with and so on. So tell me about that business. Give me that
So
overview.
Ideal Protein is a 3-phase protocol, right? The first phase is the weight loss phase. But what's great about Ideal Protein is you maintain muscle during weight loss.
Okay.
Because typically people lose muscle when they
Yeah.
lose
Right.
weight.
Right.
So our proteins are highly absorbable proteins for the least amount of calories.
Okay.
So we put you into a nutritional ketosis, you burn body fat, and then what we do is we follow you up in stabilization, which is phase 2,
Uh-huh.
where we figure out how many grams of net carbs you can have in a day without a heightened appetite or starting to gain weight. We stabilize you, and then we put you into maintenance. So there's a lot of science. We work with insulin levels.
So how did you get into this? Like how
I did
you,
it after my 3rd baby. I
Is
couldn't
this-
lose weight.
So this is okay. This is this multi-level marketing?
No,
No,
no.
no.
we hold
Yeah.
a license to it.
Okay. So you guys are a licensed distributor of Ideal Protein, and this
Right.
is your business.
This is my business.
Okay, cool.
This is my business. We see about.
So you're gonna have to give me a call. I want to
Oh,
try
no,
some
oh,
of these.
you are, you're absolutely, when you leave, we're gonna give you a package of them. The proteins are phenomenal, they don't put anything out
Is
that
it whey? Is
isn't.
it whey or is it?
There's
or is
whey,
it-
soy, egg, and collagen proteins.
Oh, cool. Oh,
Yeah.
my son. I wish my son John would.
And
He could speak to all this.
They're single package, John, because people don't realize oxygen diminishes protein, so those big jugs that you open
Yeah,
up,
yeah. Oh, really?
yeah.
No kidding.
Because Ideal Protein, they won't allow us to put the absorbability on the box, I guess it's the FDA. But I've had protein companies call me and ask if I wanted to carry their products, and my first question is, what's your absorbability? And
Yeah.
there's not one person who's answered me yet.
Wow. And so this is your business.
This is my business, I've been
How
doing it
about
now
it?
10 years.
Wow.
Yeah, because it was
That's
so
good
amazing,
stuff,
and
right?
I worked, what was that?
54,000 pounds later.
Yeah, I mean,
Mm.
the doctor I was working for at the time, I brought it to her, I was like, what is this?
Mm.
And she goes, yeah, we've all known about insulin resistance, but nobody's put it together.
Nice. Oh, that's
So
good
it's-
stuff.
yeah.
I'll have to check it out.
No, it
Try
really is, it's good stuff.
Nice.
He brings in all these boxes.
I happen in everything, yeah.
Smoothie. Ooh, we gotta get into the
This
cappuccino
one.
That's what I'm saying. We got
This
peach
one's
mango, we got
The
vanilla.
chocolate,
Yeah. Cool.
so maybe John can show our clients one day how to do, like we have pina colada that's seasonal,
Uh-huh.
what we
The
can
pumpkin
mix.
spice.
The
Ooh,
pumpkin
pumpkin
spice,
spice sounds good.
that's seasonal.
Now, is this what you're doing with her?
I
Well,
do
you
like
do
business
real
development,
estate.
yeah, real estate, and I do
Oh,
marketing here as well. So like the podcast, all this stuff.
So wait. Okay. So are you selling houses doing
Mhm.
real estate? How
Yeah.
was that? How was that last year?
So I didn't do much last year. I'm doing more new development now because I like the building process more
Yeah.
than the residential
Well,
side.
of course. Yeah.
I like the
That's
whole
fun.
construction, and my personality aligns more with builders.
So where do you find you're trying to just find tracks and align with a builder? I
Yeah,
guess, and just-
exactly.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I found a couple of builders I'm working with. New properties in Jersey City. This fall will be completed, 12 units. 6 2-bedrooms, 6 1-bedrooms down in downtown Jersey City. Working on another one in Montclair.
Oh, good.
Next one's Lodi.
Good.
So-
What's the price point? Like, what do you?
2 bedrooms are going to be $950 to $1 million, and then
Isn't that crazy,
1
John?
bedroom's going to be like around $650 to $7. But we'll see with the interest rates now, as you know.
So yeah, and guess what? Yeah, they're over 4. They're gonna keep going.
7 more rate hikes this year,
Yeah.
supposedly.
Yeah. You know what? The rate hikes are. Yeah, the rate hikes drive the bus, but it's we just need more inventory right now because
That's
it's
why I'm
okay.
doing more
There's nothing
builders
wrong
now.
with 5%, 6%. Sorry, there's not.
Yeah.
3's better, but if you think about what it does over 30 years, a percentage higher here and there, it's not going to change that doesn't change your life.
No.
That
I
doesn't.
mean, back in
Over
the day,
30
rates
percent.
were like, what, 10%, 15%?
Yeah, when I started, they were double digits, and then they came down to like 9, and we were like 9%, 8%. Holy crap, we hit 7. We were like hit 7%. You believe it? and then when it went to like 2.5,
Crazy.
2003, we're like, what? How much lower is it going to go?
But I mean, the Fed rate last year went to 0, right?
yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, so the interest rates are not ever going to be a problem. Anyone who thinks that's going to prevent you from buying a home, it's a misnomer. It's more of the hype of hearing it's going up. Don't let that intimidate you. It's going to go up. and it's gonna go down. So you'll refinance. You're not gonna stay with it for 30 years.
Are you in this business?
I'm a 30-year veteran of the business. You know, that's the one thing that people, like, they freak out that, oh my God, rates went up 0.25%. I'm like, how much you spend on your Starbucks?
I was gonna say, is that the
Yeah.
I mean,
cappuccino
seriously,
effect where they
how
say
much
it's
did you
one
spend?
cappuccino a day or something?
How much did you spend?
No, it's true. John, I
this
say
week,
this-
this month
John, I
on
say
your
this-
Starbucks?
I
Yeah.
say the same thing
Or
to them.
Dunkin' Donuts.
So this diet, when you're on it after the initial, it's like
Yeah.
over $13 a day. It's for 2 meals and a snack.
Mhm.
If you go to Starbucks, you're paying for half of that. It's what you want to spend your money on. That's the bottom line.
It always is.
Right?
And people need to be realistic with some of their own expectations and their own goals. Everyone wants to make a lot of money. Everyone wants to be thin and fit. Okay, well, you gotta make sacrifices.
Get to it, yeah.
You gotta save
Exactly.
money. You gotta eat the right things. You gotta try this stuff. I mean, I'm looking forward. I'll try it. I mean, we have a protein that my wife buys, and I use it because it's there. You know, I don't know. I can't tell you what it's. It's a meal replacement for me. And it's quick and it's easy. But you know, if you're a person that needs to lose or somehow lose and gain muscle mass, then you need a system.
You need a system, and you need a good protein.
Ideal
Yeah.
protein. You gotta get
Yeah.
something in the footprint of people that can coach you along, because you can't do it yourself. You've already proven
No.
for the better part of, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 years, you can't do it.
No,
Admit it. Look in the mirror and say, well, I guess I'm not doing it right. So
Right.
now go to somebody, and if you two guys are a great example, then come here, let these two wonderful people walk you through it
Best.
and give you the overview of how it works. It's not complicated, but surrender your own, will to think you can do it yourself. Everyone needs help. At some
we all
point,
lie to
everyone needs
ourselves
help.
in the private, right?
Yeah.
And coaching matters,
Yeah.
that's my whole thing, coaching
Without a
matters.
doubt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they call me the warden.
That's it.
I crack the whip,
That's it.
I crack the whip, right?
You do.
It's
But you
tough.
have to, though.
You do. But John, I can't thank you enough for doing this.
That's my pleasure.
No, I
Yeah, it was
really
a pleasure.
can't.
It was
It's
all- it's
amazing.
all good. It's all
You're
good.
amazing.
This drink was fantastic, too. I wish we
I
had
wish
more.
I had
but-
more. You know what's so funny? I was gonna I was running out this morning, and I said, let me grab some stuff, and I grabbed this. I didn't want to carry too much because I'm like, I didn't
Yeah.
want to
That's what I
No, that
expect,
was
too.
pretty cool that you did that.
Yeah, my kids got this for me for Christmas. It's like a travel.
It's perfect for you.
It's a travel bag for that reason. Yeah.
Are you doing mortgages anymore, or
Oh,
you're
yeah.
still
I'm
involved? It's
full-time,
not just.
so-
Oh, okay. So this isn't.
I'm full time, man.
So the
That's-
kids are working every day, full time on the.
Yeah, I don't get
marketing.
paid. I'm not
You're just-
paid for any of this.
you just
This
make
is
the
not-
videos.
No, why would I get it? It's like you're gonna take food from
No,
this mouth?
no,
Of
no,
course
no,
not.
no.
And so John's doing it. My daughter Diana does it, and that's the business model. And there's other things that come with it. Like my son bought me a truck last year.
Really?
Yeah, he's like that. And then there's other things that, because we've built this business that we're preparing for, in that we'll do like a 401k contribution, right? And because you can do that in a business and take advantage of some tax benefits. Okay, we'll do that. I don't need, $1,000 a month, a week. I don't need it, fortunately.
Fortunately.
Dad
God
does
bless.
30 years what he's doing the mortgages, and I still do the mortgages, and so that's my job. This is fun. This is just
Yeah.
gonna be something that's gonna, help my kids get into a place that they wanna go, and
Well, God bless you, because
Yeah.
God's blessed you, but you
Yeah,
always
thank
give
you.
back. Like,
Where-
you gotta,
Oh, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
you do.
you gotta.
do.
Where can people find you for mortgages?
Oh, well, for mortgages, it's North Point. I work for a bank
North
called
Point?
North Point. But you know what? You can find me on LinkedIn. You just subscribe. What is this? You LinkedIn. You connect, right?
Connect, yeah.
You connect when you're on LinkedIn.
Connect or follow, yeah.
John, I'm the worst with
when
that
you try
stuff.
to on LinkedIn, you gotta connect. So connect with me on LinkedIn. John Rondi, North Point Bank. My selfless plug here.
No,
And then,
absolutely.
Yeah, but again, the best thing has always been word of mouth. People know. You know me.
That's my
you
whole
do it.
business. Word of
I'm
mouth.
just, again, the same. If my rate's good, if you like it, great. If it's not, okay, no big deal. You may find out the hard way that you had a bad experience. I have more satisfaction in saving transactions from people who have literally taken what they thought was the easy road, and then they learned the hard way that they got misled.
Right.
Yep.
Because there's a lot of people out there that'll say things just for the sake of saying it and don't have any accountability, right?
It's
I
true.
live, I eat, I breathe in this backyard. And this, I don't even live in Livingston, but I consider this my backyard. Essex County,
Yeah.
Oh,
you know,
that's your,
Passaic County,
yeah.
my
North
name,
Jersey.
people that know me, that's important, so.
No, it is important.
Yeah.
And don't, you know, we discredit ourselves with as far as social media, as
Yeah.
old people.
Yeah.
But
No,
look at you
yeah,
and
yeah.
TikTok,
Yeah,
over 2 million.
yeah.
Just on
2.2.
2.2 just
2.2.
on TikTok.
It might
Not
be
even
2.3
counting.
right now. We should
It could
check.
be. Let's hope.
After this, maybe 2.3.
Awesome. Well,
John,
that
cheers.
concludes
Thank you.
episode
Cheers.
28.
Thank you.
Salute,
There's the
salute.
bottom. There's the bottom of
feeling
the
this.
glass.
There goes my
Cheers.
ketosis.